Lazy Sunday at home. Hi guys, this is Gabriele from nannuoshan, where we share the pleasure of drinking and discovering genuine farm tea. This is a tea I discovered just about a month ago when I was traveling in Japan, and although I wasn't there for tea, you know what happens sometimes, tea come your way. And I visited this tea shop in Kyoto. They had 6-7 different grades of Uji Matcha, and yeah, I just got their best grade for koicha. But today I don't feel like koicha because it's kind of pretty strong and intense, and it's good for me to give me a kick in the morning sometimes, like replacing an espresso if you want. But right now it is actually about noon time. I haven't had lunch yet, so that would really hit my stomach and would just be too much for an easy Sunday afternoon. So I go somewhat in between a koicha and a uzucha, which is actually the way I prefer the most, as I mentioned in another video. I'll take 4 grams, actually 4.4, that's how it is, because I got a few chunks out of it. So 4.4 gram would put about 70 milliliters, maybe 80 milliliters of water, something like that. And we see how it goes. The matcha always gets stuck on these. Powder everywhere. Actually, I have to say I keep these matcha in the fridge, but so it's the fridge where I have also food, which is not good, right? You don't want to mix matcha with other odor, but matcha is so sensitive, especially high quality for high temperature, that I actually have a 3-level ceiling. I have this ceiling, these, actually 4. I put these in a sealed plastic bag, and then I put the plastic bag in a Tupperware, and then the Tupperware in the fridge, so it's kind of 4-level. Hopefully that will be sufficient. About 80 degrees water for those of you that are interested, and I give you just, a very little bit of water. We have about, for those that are interested, 20 milliliter, even less. And this helps me to just create a paste out of it, and enjoying actually the beautiful color of the tea. Is really so dark and nonetheless glooming. And you could go by feeling with the water for sorry about that. You could go by feeling and with the water, but I noticed actually for koicha can be tricky, because if you just go a little bit above that, it really requires some experience. Actually, for what I'm doing today would be sort of okay. But just to, I have a scale here, just to not mess it up. Why not? even for high grade matcha, there are really different styles. Like, let's forget for a moment fancy thing, like, I don't know, roasted green tea powdered into for matcha. But it's just also a little bit the style. So this is, as I mentioned, come from Uji, and they tend to do all the three teas. They're specialized in sencha, gyokuro, and matcha, fairly astringent and bitter. I love good bitter taste. It's just there is no limit to bitterness if it's good bitterness to me. And when I was a child, it was the other way around. There was no limit to sweet if it was good sweet for me at that time. But then over the years, things change. One switch from sweets and candies to bitter leaves, and then you start appreciating bitterness more and more. It's not, I wouldn't say the same for astringency. Like, if it is too astringent and drying, can be really overwhelming. Although for some wines, it's really okay. But bitterness, like, no limit. And so finding, for me, a matcha that is really, how can I say, where actually let's say the whole point is about bitterness, yeah, and you have different grades and everything is bitter. You just improve all the other qualities. It's not that the best grade with respect to the third grade or the fourth grade they offer is more or less bitter. It's just a better bitterness. So this is the best bitterness they had. It's so satisfying. That's a lot of taste indeed. It's like, I have to say, when I do this matcha as koicha, the bitterness is really biting. Yeah, and it's great. I love it. It's biting. It's there. But here, having actually been drunk this over the past day just as koicha, and this is the first time I prepare it in this way, you appreciate, I don't know, maybe even the high quality even more, because although there is quite a bit of powder in here, it's still gentle in a way, yeah, and full of taste, not not algae. Mm. Yeah, for me, really, 4 grams and 70 milliliter. I have yes said, but it's not too hot water, but you could even do it with 100 degrees water. It's actually, that's how they do it there. And when Japanese green tea is too bitter, you can just add a little sweet along with it. In fact, actually, I got a little snack, a dorayaki. They are actually freshly made with fresh eggs, so I really have to hurry up eating all those that I bought. And sometimes, like for tea, right? You cannot really just keep it there and wait, just because you want to keep the taste over the next years. It doesn't work, right? It doesn't work with this matcha. It doesn't work with all good quality green tea, and sometimes it doesn't work with any other tea actually, right? At a certain point they will change anyway. Sometimes they change for the better, sometimes they change for the worse, but nonetheless they don't stay the same, right? And so you have just to accept that is transition and will be over. So you better enjoy today, because this dorayaki in a few days it's anyway for the bin. This is a classic one with the azuki beans. So it's wheat beans. It's a sweet beans, for those that don't know it, it's a sweet bean paste in the center, and then it's like a little pancake actually. And it balances actually the bitterness of the tea perfectly. I mean, that I took this one just because it's a good match. It's Japanese and Japanese, but you can take any other type of sweets as long as it is not too. The flavor is not too strong. It's really so good. I hope actually that this quantity of leaves won't disturb actually this calm and quiet day. Matcha can be really powerful because you eat the leaves, right? That's pretty much the only tea where you don't remove the leaves before drinking it, but they are in there. And so you get not only the caffeine that dissolves into the water, you get also the caffeine that is in the leaves. And the fact that it is grounded, you pretty much have the same kick like like a coffee. Although with coffee, you not necessarily drink the coffee powder, right? So if you actually like to share with me and with everyone else watching, what's for you a good tea for a lazy Sunday afternoon, if you have one? Like, you go there, you look at your tea shelf or cupboard. Which pouch would you reach out to on a lazy Sunday afternoon? Understand, it depends also how do you feel on that particular day, maybe the weather and so, but just stressing on the laziness, let's say, of the Sunday. Not that I would say matcha actually is a lazy tea, because I say it gives you a kind of a kick, but if we prepare it properly, look how beautiful. And by the way, this also is a new chawan. I got it in a second-hand shop. It was super cheap actually. I mean, it's I like it because it's not fancy. It's like very simple, right? It's like it passed unobserved. I also bought another thing. Let me see where I find it. Oh yeah, I found it. I bought this cup, also in the same shop. And also, it's just a hand painted cup, very rough material, not good quality. It's pretty old, I don't know how old, but And I liked in this cup, I like the fact that they combine actually a very simple material. I mean, you can tell this is really not good ceramic. It's pretty dark and it's not really whitish, but it is hand painted. And it's hard to say, but what do you guys see here? I see. Actually, I think this is a lake. Maybe these are bamboos. This is a hut, or actually not. It's Fuji, the volcano, maybe. On the background of the lake, that is reflecting actually down here on the water. And These are maybe clouds. There is something passing by here, something big here passing by, not sure what it is. This 8 shape here. Maybe it's still up in the sky. It has also damage, it has a crack here, it is broken here, it's broken here. So at a certain point it will fall apart in my hands, but yeah, I thought it was cute, so I took it. Anyway, actually, Sunday won't be too lazy today. Probably lazier than usual. I'm at home, which is already an achievement for a weekend. And yeah, go out later, actually soon, in an hour or so, to a lake close by and meet there some friends and just go for a walk. It's nice weather today. Yesterday was cold and freezing. Today it's still chilly but sunny. So it's good to feel the breeze on my face. Oh, it's already over. Such a pity. One thing that I don't like about koicha, which is not the case here, is that it's so thick that actually half of it remains in the bowl, right? It doesn't flow. But sometimes I scoop it out just to not waste it. Nice. It was a good break. So I guess I'm gonna get slowly ready, because it is a lazy Sunday, we say. Yeah, and I will see you the next time. Hope you enjoyed as always. If that's the case, thumbs up or subscribe the channel for more, I don't know, knowledge videos. Sometimes it's just about random talking like today. I just felt like, sitting on the couch, having a matcha, and then I thought, all right, since I'm doing all of that, let's put the camera in the front and speaking to you guys, so I'm not alone. Maybe that's the same reason you're watching, right? And wanted to say something else. What did I want to say? Yeah, what did we learn today? Let's see, did we just keep on chatting, or did we learn anything? Well, the way I'm preparing matcha today is not something new. If you have been following the channel for a while, so you know that I like this in-between way between uzucha and koicha. So that might be new for some of you, but not for others. But maybe yes, there is an aspect actually that I think is something I didn't mention before. At least I think so. Maybe Elsa did, I don't know. But the fact that matcha can be, there can be different type of matcha, and even very high grade, you don't really always search for the certain specific taste or profile. And that's related also to the terroir and also to the customs in specific places. So when you go more to the south, maybe in Shizuoka or what there is further south, I have it on the tip of my tongue and cannot. Actually, I was there, but it was 2005 or 2006, long ago. Oh, come on. Well, I will tell you in a moment. So if you go in those southern regions, in Japan there is the tendency of doing tea a little bit sweeter.
So if you're more into sweet sencha, sweet kyokuro, sweet matcha, that's the direction to go. But if you prefer bitter taste, then Uji is the place to go. And we featured this tea actually on the shop. Maybe already by the time you watch this video, I don't know. It just arrived in Berlin. What is worth mentioning actually is that it's really very high grade, and despite being bitter, I can tell you this. I was there with my two nephews that you might know from other previous videos, and with my father, and we had this tasting of this very tea in in Kyoto, and the three of them just love it, and it was damn bitter. And the smaller nephew is 9 years old and 13. My father still put sugar in his espresso, and he really enjoyed that matcha. So if it is good bitterness, and if my little nephew and my father enjoyed it, most of you would do. Most of you would do, I'm pretty sure. It took 2 weeks to prepare the matcha because they ground it for wholesale. They ground it on demand. So since they used only a stone mill, it took 2 weeks. Not that we bought a lot of quantity, it just takes forever to ground it. It has already arrived in Texas, Austin, Texas, where our warehouse in the US is for the US customer and Canadian customers. And then we have also just enter our warehouse in Berlin, so soon we will put it online. Yeah. Yeah, so at least we learn this thing. We learn this aspect, this difference between Uji tea and more in the south. I can't remember the name of the city. It's amazing, actually. Come on. Oh, I'm gonna check it because it cannot be. Let me see. Japan. Fukuoka. Fukuoka, of course. Fukuoka. It was a great time there. Yeah, so those regions, Fukuoka, Shizuoka, you might find a bit sweeter, not only matcha, but sweeter tea in general. And of course, it's not just a rule of thumb. It's it can be also the other way around. It's just a direction, let's say. Yeah. All right. I think that now I'm really gonna stop and head out. Bye, guys. I'll see you next time.